Welcome to Saints at Manahawkin United Methodist Church. We have a very special guest today, Mr. Anthony Vitelli. I'm looking forward to hearing his life story. He's known to us as Pauline McShay's father. Thanks for coming, Mr. Vitelli. Nice to meet you again.
Same here.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Glad to be here.
All right. Yeah. How are you feeling today?
Well, half and half.
Half and half. Yeah.
I'm still a little tired. I'm always tired, but when you're my age, I'm 93?
93.
Or 94?
Going on 94.
You're tired. So I mean, I can't say nothing to my doctor because every time I talk to him, he says, "Well, you're 94. What do you expect?" You know,
but you're doing as best as you can.
I have to live with it.
Yeah, that's right. Let's begin with your story of childhood. Where you were born and grew up.
I was born in North Plainfield.
North Plainfield in New Jersey.
In MUMC Hospital.
Okay. What year were you born? Let me do 1931?
1930.
1930.
30.
All right.
Yeah, a long time ago.
So was it like in the midst of the Great Depression?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 1930 was the Depression.
Yeah.
We were lucky we ate.
Oh, yeah. So how many children you had in your family when you were born? I mean, altogether?
6 children.
6 children and
2
my
mother
parents.
and father.
Oh, I see.
So when my mother cooked, she had to cook for 8 people.
Wait a minute. Italian mother.
Yeah. Yeah. My mother was Irish.
Oh, she was Irish.
Irish.
But your father was
Italian.
Italian.
My father was Italian.
Oh.
And
so your mother...
She was, all the kids loved my mother because their mothers were, they look Italian, they were fat, and they wouldn't allow them in the house. My mother didn't care. Everybody could come in.
Oh, really?
And she welcomed everybody.
Yeah.
And every Saturday, all the kids would go to my house, and we would bake a cake. In the kitchen. My mother would let us go in the kitchen and bake a cake. And we would bake this big cake, and we would sit down and eat it, and that was our big Saturday night. Today, the kids would think you're crazy if you don't. They're not going to put up with just baking a cake. They want to go out and celebrate.
That's right.
And
so you were born in birth order. What was the birth order? You were the eldest or in the middle of this?
I have Frank.
Yeah.
He was the oldest.
Oldest, okay.
And he was the only one that was really educated. He went to college and everything.
I see.
Then I have a sister Mary. Then I had John. Then I had Joe. And then I had me. And then I had my younger sister.
So you are number 5 out of 6 kids.
6 kids.
So am I, sir.
Oh, you're 5?
I have
you
number
come
5.
from a big family, too.
You have a big family, too?
Yeah. And, of course, the big ones used to beat the hell out of us. We always had to stay away from them because, they thought they were big shots. Yeah, but otherwise, I had a good bringing up. I had no troubles. I went to the Catholic school where it has the name of the church that built the Catholic school that my grandfather built.
Okay, I'll show it to the congregation later on.
That's the church, and they built the school that I went to for 8 years.
That's right. Wait a minute. Did you say that your grandfather built this church?
Yeah. He
was
the mason contractor.
Oh, I see. He was.
Yeah, he was the mason contractor for this church.
Your grandfather was Irish?
The one that built the church was Irish.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the Italians, my father was Italian. And my mother was Irish.
Oh,
so it was my mother's father that
built this church.
In fact, when he got his first pay, he bought my mother a piano. And so my mother took piano lessons, and she could play the piano.
So your dad was lucky to marry your mom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So when you're growing up in the neighborhood, did you see a lot of kids there in the neighborhood?
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of, in fact, North Plainfield was all Italian. So
All
there was
Italians.
all Italian kids.
Okay.
Yeah, there was no Irish kids there. They were all Italian.
Oh.
So I was brought up in a town where there was only Italian people.
But didn't you say that your grandfather built the church, Catholic church in Northfield?
In North Plainfield.
North Plainfield.
Yeah.
Oh.
When he moved to North Plainfield, then he built the church.
Oh.
But there wasn't too many Irish people in North
Back
Plainfield.
then.
They were
I mean, it
all
looks
Italian.
very beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's been well known in the diocese.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the inside is beautiful too.
Yeah, inside beautiful too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stones were imported from Italy.
Yeah,
Wow.
the stones that built the church was all imported from Italy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your whole family went to church every Sunday. Mass.
Oh, yeah.
You grew up in
my
Catholic.
family always went to church. We all went to church every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
And, yeah, because a lot of times we would play hooky and go someplace instead of church. And then the nuns would say to us Monday, "Where was you? I didn't see you in church Sunday."
Oh, wow.
And we said, "Oh, well, we had to make up some excuses because they would kill us." Because they used to, when we went to church on Sunday, the nuns would write
Checking
our names off and check
yeah.
them. Yeah, because the nuns were there waiting for us. And if we didn't come in, then Monday we got it when we went to school because it was the same nuns that we had in Sunday school. We had for Monday morning. So they were waiting for us and we didn't go to church.
Now, you said that you went to the Catholic church.
Catholic school. Yeah, the Catholic school was built. Now, this was St. Joseph's Church.
St. Joseph's
Church. And they built a school. And I went there for 8 years.
8 years. Oh,
yeah, 8 years. Where if I went to the public school, they would go to the one school for 3 or 4 years, go to another school, middle school, and all this stuff. Where in the Catholic school, we went from first grade right up to the 8th grade.
Oh, I see.
So, and and when I went there, we always had the nuns.
Oh, yeah.
Sisters of Mercy.
Teachers.
But now they have just
lay
regular
people.
teachers because there isn't too many nuns. Everybody don't want to be a nun.
The school still is in existence?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. The school is and the church is.
Oh, both of them. Okay.
Yeah. Everybody goes to them in North Plainfield.
That's
where
that's good.
they're located.
So you went to the Catholic school up until 8th grade, and as soon as you graduated, you went to work?
I went to the public school.
A public school?
I went to for 4 years.
Because Catholic school didn't have the high school.
Well, they had a high school, but it was our town. And I didn't want to travel and all that. So I went to the school that was in the town. That was the high school.
Oh, I see.
Public high school.
Oh, I see.
So I went there for 4 years.
4 years, and you graduated.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
But I didn't graduate there. World War II came in.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, you were born in 1930.
Now, I had 3 brothers that went into service.
Oh.
But I was too young to go.
Oh, too young.
So and then they checked me out anyway, in case I went.
Yeah.
But then I was 4F. I had rheumatic fever when I was young, and they left me with rheumatic heart and rheumatic arthritis. So I couldn't go to war. But my 3 brothers went to World War II. Now my youngest brother, one after me, he lied about his age. He was 17. And you had to be 18 to go. So he lied so he could go in and fight with his 2 brothers. So he went, and during World War II, he was the one that got hurt. The other 2 didn't get hurt. The one that lied to go to war got hurt. The one that was 17. Yes, it was funny how he had to lie to go to fight with his brothers, and he was the one that got hurt. So during Depression time, everything was, nobody had any money to buy food.
That's right.
So they all say, "Oh well, you were rich because your father owned a liquor store."
Oh, he
But
did?
like my father said, what good is owning a liquor store when nobody had any money to buy any liquor? So you just had a store full of liquor and no customers, because who had? If you had money, you bought food. You're not going to buy whiskey. If you could buy food, you got to eat. You know, so
Wow.
it was all together different. And the kids, when we went to school, of course we had to walk in the rain and the snow. No wonder I was always sick. We had no buses to take us back and forth. Couldn't buy shoes. So I used to have to put cardboard in my shoes.
Oh, you did?
And then when it rained, the cardboard be coming half out. I used to be so embarrassed going. But that's what we had to do in those days, you know. If you had no money, you had no money.
That's right. So the war ended in 1945. At the time, you were about 15 years old.
Oh, and things got a little better then.
Yeah. So you were still in high school when the war ended?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I was really, I couldn't even lie about my age to go to the war because I was so young.
Yeah.
If I went there and said, "Oh, I'm 18," they look at me and I'm only 10 years old.
That's right. That's right.
Are you crazy?
So you graduated from high school and you got the job right away?
Yeah.
What did you do for a living?
Well, wait, I didn't graduate in North Plainfield.
Oh, you
What happened was my father got sick. So we moved to Arizona. The doctor said, "Go to Arizona." And he lived 10 years by going to Arizona. They only gave him a couple years in New Jersey. So we went to Arizona. The climate was so much better. And so I went to high school out there.
And finished there.
Finished there, yeah. And it was so much more advanced than North Plainfield. North Plainfield had one building. In Arizona, they had 3 or 4 buildings in their high school. It's like going to college because you went from one building to the other. And we were, oh boy, this is something. We went to 2 classes in one building. Then we went and walked, and another hour we had another class, another building.
I thought the other way around. Like Arizona is so remote that they don't have many kids.
No, they were so much more advanced. Oh my God, yeah.
So you graduated from high school.
Oh yeah.
And then what happened next? I mean,
I didn't go to college because I was too poor to pay for college. My family couldn't.
So you got the
afford
job
me.
right away.
I got a job right away. Yeah. I got a job in a grocery store.
Grocery in Arizona?
In Arizona.
Oh, I see.
So I worked in a grocery store.
How did you come back to the New Jersey, right?
Yeah, well, then when my father died, before he died, we moved back to he wanted to come back to New Jersey.
Oh, I see.
He wanted to die there. He didn't want to die in Arizona. So we sold our house there, and we all went back to North Plainfield. Yeah, and that's where he died. He had one of the biggest funerals they had in North Plainfield, because everybody knew him.
Yeah, absolutely.
From being in the liquor store and
I know, yeah. So let's go to how did you meet your lovely wife?
My lovely wife, I was sick in the hospital, and she was my nurse.
Oh, sure.
So she took care of me.
You were sick?
I was sick.
Okay.
So I was half dead. So she must have liked something about me because I looked like I was dying. And, but she said she fell in love with me soon as she saw me.
Oh.
So that was good. So she took care of me. And then when I got better, I went home, we exchanged our telephone numbers. And then when I went home, we start calling each other.
Yeah, that's right. So what year that you got married?
1961. Yeah. Yeah, I had to stop and think. Because I've been married, what, for 60 years?
60, almost
Yeah,
60 years.
almost 60 years.
Wow.
So that's a long
1961.
time with the same woman.
Oh, absolutely.
But we got
yeah.
we got along good.
Mhm.
She was good to me. I was good to her.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, for a successful marriage, it has to be 50-50.
Ah,
You
tell us
can't
more.
have 25 and 75 and all this bull crap. You gotta, it has to be even, 50-50.
Yeah.
And then you will have a good marriage.
That's what you had with your wife.
Yeah.
That's
So,
good.
yeah. You know.
So between you and your wife, dear wife,
yeah.
and you had children,
We have two
children.
children, Pauline and Jeffrey.
Pauline and Jeffrey.
And we got along good. We
Yeah.
had a good marriage. We were happy. We did everything.
That's right.
We went on vacations. And we
You
did
still stayed
everything.
in the North Plainfield area?
North Plainfield.
Oh.
And we did everything. Huh?
We lived in Fanwood,
Yeah, we lived in Fanwood.
which
Yeah.
is near North Plainfield.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, we moved from North Plainfield
Yeah.
and to Fanwood.
Okay.
We lived in Fanwood. We bought a house there. We had a
Ah,
nice house.
I see.
The kids all went to Fanwood and high school.
Oh.
Plains Fanwood.
So you had been married to your wife for almost 60 years.
Yeah.
Now, toward the end, go ahead.
Now, before I met Shirley, I was married for 5 years.
Oh, I see.
And I got a divorce.
You have a son.
So
From the
I
first
have
marriage.
one son, Anthony.
Yes. So,
And,
so you're married to your second wife,
second wife for 60
Pauline's
years.
mother, for 60 years.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
toward the end, though, I remember you taking good care of your wife. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, she took good care of me when I was sick.
Yeah.
So when she was sick
Yeah.
in bed,
Yeah.
before she died,
Yeah.
I used to change her diaper. I used to
Oh.
bathe her.
Yeah.
I used to feed her.
Yeah.
I used to make dinner.
She stayed in the nursing home for how many years?
Oh, she was in a nursing home for 3
3
years.
years.
Yeah. And then I took her home, and in fact, I was sorry that I put her in there. If I was thinking right, I would have kept her home. I would never have put her in a nursing
Oh, is that
home.
right?
But you know, sometimes you get excited, you're nervous, and you don't know what's going to happen when somebody is sick like that.
Yeah.
So you put them in the nursing home. But then I was taking, when she came home, I took such good care of her. I could have done it those 3 years instead of being in a nursing home.
That's
Because I
right.
went every day in the nursing home.
Yeah.
She never stayed by herself in the nursing home.
Yeah.
I went at 8 o'clock in the morning,
Uh-huh.
and I stayed to what, 4 or 5, and then they would come after me. So we would stay 8 hours in the nursing home with her. So it wasn't like we put her there and
That's
she was
right.
by herself.
Yeah, I think you've been very faithful to her. So
Yeah.
that's when you got into this art class?
Yeah, well, yeah, no.
Tell us, no?
No, the art class
Yeah,
was
we're showing his artwork here.
artwork.
Year 2007, it says.
Yeah, I started in the nursing home
Oh.
37 years ago.
You were not in a nursing home, but you started a class in the nursing
Yeah,
home?
I was a volunteer.
Oh, you're a volunteer.
I was a volunteer. Then the art teacher retired, and she gave me her class, so I took over her class. And I had, how many students did I have? 25. 25 students I had.
Wow.
They were 25 residents.
Yeah.
I told my wife I was going to be the new art teacher. And she said, I'm going to have your head examined, she said, because you're no art teacher. I said, well, I'm going to be an art teacher. I got 25 people, so I have to be an art teacher.
This is pretty good, though.
Yes, this is,
Year 2007.
yeah.
It has initial your name, AB.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did pretty good there. It looks pretty good.
That's right.
Because it's all religious, so
Yeah,
it has to
absolutely.
be good.
All right.
But it was funny. I had the art class for
Mhm.
10 years. And we started when they started to die off.
Oh.
One would die one day. 2 months later, another would die. Before you know, there was nobody to be in the art class. So my
That's right.
boss said to me, she was in charge of activities, which I was under the activity. She said, we might as well stop your class because everybody's dying off
Mhm.
and it's better. So that's what we did.
Mhm.
But I had it for 10 years.
Mhm. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I started when I was 50, 60 years old.
Mhm.
I was old,
Yeah, that's right.
you
You're
know,
right.
and I volunteer.
Yeah.
I helped all those people.
Mhm. Let's talk about your faith a little bit. You've been a lifelong Catholic, and do
I was
you?
baptized a Catholic.
Yeah.
My mother and father both were Catholic. They took me to St. Joseph's Church
Yeah.
that my grandfather built,
Mhm.
and they baptized me.
Mhm.
So I was baptized a Catholic, and I was a Catholic till I die. I'm going to be a Catholic.
Yeah. So, do you, in your 90-some years of faith, do you have a moment or two, may I say God moment, you felt God is very close to me, He's listening to my prayers, and so
Oh yeah.
can you share with us
Yeah,
one or two?
yeah. People think I was crazy when I told them this.
Yeah.
God and I, we played the word game together.
You did.
And the words I couldn't find, he found. And we would play this word game,
Word finds.
fine, or whatever you want to call it. And so I would look and write all the names, and if I can't find something, I played with that word all day. And I say, I'm tired of playing with this word. So I say, God, you got to help me with this word. So he found it right away.
Oh,
My
really?
finger was either on it, or when I looked, I saw it right away. So this is what we did. God and I, we played this
Oh, really?
game.
So whenever you're stuck with certain
Words,
the
God
word helped
me.
you.
I asked God to help me, and he helped me right away.
Yeah.
So we played this game together for how long? Oh my God, for years. God bless you.
Yeah.
For years we played this game together, and God always helped me when I couldn't find nothing. And we used to have so much fun. People wouldn't believe it.
Oh,
And God always helped me. He always,
that's
no
good.
matter what I did or what I didn't do, and he always helped me. And I was always a good Christian to
Yeah,
him. He
that's good.
always was,
That's great.
yeah.
Thank you. Now I have another question for you. You lived over 90 years. May I call it life principle that you always followed along?
Yeah.
Some people, for example, say golden rule. You know, treat others as you would have them treat you, or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you have your own life principle that you always follow?
My principle, I guess, was I always loved God.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Especially Jesus. I can't forget Jesus, because Jesus, I had the pictures of Jesus on my wall, and I talked to him morning, noon, and night, and he helped me with everything. There was
good.
nothing I didn't do or couldn't ask Jesus to do, and he did everything for me.
Praise God.
So I would say, thank God for such a good son. You have a good son.
Yeah.
And your son loves me. He
Yeah.
does all this work for me.
Good to hear.
And God is happy because God liked me too.
Yes,
Because
absolutely. He loves you.
I first found God. Then I found Jesus.
Yeah.
So, but first it was God.
Absolutely.
But after that, Jesus did everything for me.
Hey.
I had a picture of Jesus. I used to look at the picture of Jesus, and I would talk to him I would talk for hours maybe, talking
Yeah.
to Jesus, and he
That's-
talked back to me, and we did everything.
That's great.
So I had a good Christian life.
Mm.
Everything we did was a good Christian
So
life.
your life principle was to follow Jesus,
Jesus.
right? And believe in God. That's
And
good.
I had two good children.
Mm-hmm.
So I three really with Anthony.
Now, I don't want to embarrass either you or Pauline, but Pauline shared with me one story that when she was really struggling, you told her, Pauline, is that true? When you're struggling with life challenges, your dad said to you, what did you say to her?
Well, I say, keep going to church. Don't stop going to church.
Yep. Well, he actually said,
Yeah.
"Get your butt back in church."
Church.
Like,
Yeah, this was when after she got her divorce,
Oh, yeah, yes, yeah.
and she was down and out.
I'm sure, yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
see?
said to her, go to church.
Yeah.
That's where you got to go now. You
Yeah.
can't. There's no other place to go
Absolutely.
but to church.
That's right.
And she went to church, and she's been happy ever since.
Absolutely. If she,
Yeah,
she
right?
listened to your
I always
advice.
did. I always did go to church.
Yeah.
Yeah, she always.
But,
But-
I work after when I was going through my divorce. I had
Yeah.
to work,
Yeah.
so I couldn't always go to church on Sundays.
Yeah. But that's
So-
when you said,
And that's when he said, "Get your butt back to church."
Oh,
Go
right.
to church. Yeah, go to church.
That's right. What a
And-
great advice to your child.
Yeah,
And she listened. That's good.
yeah. I just can't understand people that is so miserable in life,
Mm.
and they don't go to church where God will help them.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
That's right.
Yeah, you go to church,
Yeah.
but some people don't do that.
They don't
I,
do
I
that.
don't understand some people.
That's right. Yeah.
But I told her, go to church, and she's been happy ever since.
Absolutely.
And
Praise
she's been
God.
a good Methodist ever since. A good Methodist. She goes to the Methodist church. She does everything. And all my kids do. I'm a Roman Catholic, but they're all Methodist. But I did baptize my cat once, so he'd be a Catholic. So we have two Catholics in the house, right? Me and my cat. But then the poor cat died. And there's still only one Catholic. But anyway, all my family was Methodist.
Oh, yeah.
But we got along good, the Catholics
Oh,
and
right.
Methodists.
Yeah.
And every time they had something special, I would go. We
Yeah,
would go.
that's right.
And-
You've been to
Yeah,
our church
so-
too.
no,
Okay, well,
would-
I have one last question for you. If you would give an advice, word of wisdom to our growing up generations, young generations, what word of wisdom would you give to them?
believe in God.
Believe in God. Okay.
Believe in God. And go to church
Go to church.
and pray to Jesus.
Pray to Jesus.
So that's
You summed up quite well. Thank you,
yeah.
sir.
That's what I would do if I was a young person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because there's so many people that don't believe in God anymore.
Not anymore. You're right.
You know, I don't understand that.
You know, I've known you about 11, 12 years now,
Yeah.
but you are always, how would I say it, uplifting. Like, you never frown, you never complain. You're always,
Yeah.
positive and
Yeah, well, I
right.
try to have a good outlook on life
Mm-hmm.
because it'd be miserable if you didn't
Yeah.
believe in nothing.
That's right. Absolutely true. Absolutely
You got to believe in something.
true. Yep, that's right.
Yeah. No.
This will conclude our interview with Mr. Anthony Vitelli. And once again, thanks for coming. Yeah,
You're welcome.
it was our pleasure.
It was a
to have
pleasure to come.
Okay.
And
thank-
you look younger every time I see you. You got to give me your secret, whatever your secret is. God.